I pulled into the gravel lot and killed the engine, staring at the concrete walls that would soon become my workplace. The Stony Mountain Correctional Facility looked exactly as it should have, a prison built to hold dangerous people, completely isolated from society. The massive structure rose out of the wilderness as if dropped there by accident, surrounded by pine forests that stretched to the horizon. The drive here took nearly 3 hours on a single gravel road that seemed to lead to nowhere. It wound through the forest so dense I couldn't see more than 20 feet into the trees on either side. There was no cell service for the last hour. There were no other vehicles, just me, the road, and the crunch of gravel under my tires. At one point, I began to think I was lost, but the directions were perfectly clear.
Now, as I sat in the car and looked at the place where I would be living and working for the next few years, I felt the familiar sense of anxiety that anyone starting a new job has felt. But this job was unlike any other. It was a correctional facility in the middle of nowhere, housing some of Manitoba's most dangerous criminals. The pay was high, too high for someone with my limited experience. That should have been the first warning sign. I grabbed the file from the passenger seat and walked toward the main entrance. Heavy steel doors that looked like they could stop a tank, and overhead security cameras watched my every move. Everything about the place had the air of a maximum security prison. Barbed wire coiled along the walls, guard towers rose above the forest canopy.
A man in his late 40s was waiting for me just inside the gate. He had the look of a man who had been in corrections for so long that he was used to trouble and knew how to handle it without blinking. His uniform was pressed and clean, but his face bore the mark of life experience. "David Johnson?" he asked, holding out his hand. "Yes, it's me. I'm Robert Miller. I'll show you around today." His handshake was firm, the kind of handshake of someone who had learned to project confidence even in uncertain situations. "Welcome to Stony Mountain. Ready to begin?" I nodded, though I wasn't sure if ready was the right word to describe how I felt.